Have you ever thought to yourself, why do I fit in some social situations? Why do I make friends with some people so quickly and other people I do not click with at all? And why am I built in a certain way? Today, in this video, Mr. Brainfeed, aka me, Rob, I'm going to explain to you 16 different personality types, and there's 16, and you have one of them, at least one. You might have two, you might be in between two, but I know for me personally, I am an ENFP, which by the end of this video, you'll understand what ENFP means. And the reason why there's 16 different personalities is because each letter has two different combinations, and according to maths, 2 to the power of 4 equals 16. So, why do you click with some people and why do you find it difficult to socialize with other people? Well, the first letter, E, it stands for extrovert. So I'm an extrovert. As you can tell, I'm on YouTube. I'm speaking to people on my live videos. I speak to whoever I want because I'm an extrovert. You're either an extrovert or you're an introvert. So with that said, you either get energy from people like me. So you're an extrovert. You like to talk to different people. You can pick up the phone and talk to anybody. You can go outside. You can go do your shopping. You can say hi. You can just start a random conversation with people. Then you're a strong extrovert. You could be in the middle. I'm more in the middle, but I lean more towards extroversion. Or you can be an I, which is an introvert. You love being in front of a screen. You don't like too many people around you. When you go to a party, you like to be in a small group. You like to go home early after a party, so you're an introvert. The common misconception about extroversion and introversion is that people think that extroverts, you have, you can speak to more people, but that's not true. Extrovert actually means that you get your energy from different people. So you feel more energetic when you're around different people, whereas when you're sitting in your room and you're just reading a book, you get drained. Then you know you're an extrovert. Introverted people, I'll be honest with you, this is hugely generalized, but usually they just don't like people. They just don't like being around people, which is fine. A lot of the times, to be honest, I don't like being around people, especially when, actually I like being around people, but some people annoy me. But that's a different topic for another day. And the next one, so we're moving on to the next letter. So this is an interesting one. This is where your behavior, the way you speak to people, the way you think is molded. And apparently, I just learned this today, out of the 4 different letters, this one is the first in terms of importance. So you can literally work out if somebody is an N or we say an S very quickly. So N means intuitive and S means sensing. N is basically when you like to do things spontaneously, as well as thinking big picture. So if you're socializing with people and they think you think a little bit differently, or the conversations you have, they don't really resonate, then you might be an N talking to an S, or vice versa. You might be an S talking to an N. And this S, usually a lot of social people are S's, and it means sensing. So if you have, let me just write that next to it. If a new situation comes up and you like to look at the facts and the figures, then you're more likely an S. And if you like to tackle a new situation, let me just write here in introvert. And if you like to tackle a new situation by using your senses rather than your intuition, then you are most likely an S. And this one's an interesting one. It's a lot about how you talk, how you behave. You can look more deeper into this sort of thing with the link in the description, and you can do the test as well. But the final one is going to be, that's actually not the final one, I do apologize. The next one is an F or a T. So you're either a feeler, like me, or like you are predominantly, your decisions are made through emotion. You're an F, or you're a T, you're a thinker. So a lot of people that are more facts-based, facts-driven, they love to learn new things, they're reading all the time, they talk in a way where it's more like facts and figures, not emotions. It's more like they're quite quick thinking with the brain. They think really fast. They talk a little bit faster. Then they're a T. That's what I've observed. And an F, a lot more emotional, I would say. I'm a lot more emotional. I used to be even more emotional. Now I've gone a bit less emotional as I grow up, but I'm still an F by heart, by nature. So we'll write here thinker or feeler. And finally, if you're watching to the end of this video, thanks for watching. Do subscribe and comment and like. It helps the algorithm. It helps me out a lot. The final one is you're either a J, sorry, or a P. So you're either a J or you're a P. And in my case, I'm a P, which basically means perceiving. I hope I've spelt this right. I probably haven't. But you're either a perceiver or you're a judger. So you judge or you perceive. And the most I can say about this is either you're tidy and organized or you're not. That's how it is. So actually, when I said about spontaneous, I do apologize. It's to do with this. It's not to do with that. If you're a P, you love spontaneity. You know, you don't like planning. You just like to go for it and just see it how it comes. Then you're a P. And I'm much like that. I'll tell you some examples. Like if I'm meeting new people and my friend says, "Oh, let's do this tomorrow," I'll go for it. I don't care. I don't need to think about it. Partly because I don't have a family to look after, but also because I just love, doing something new anyway. But if you're a J, you like to plan your week ahead. You like to, you don't like surprises, unnecessary surprises. But for me, I love it. I live for the moment. That's why I'm a P. And so we're coming to the end of this video, and I just want to say, why are these letters important? Well, if you understand fully these 16 different combinations, and you can get any combination, like you can get I, S, F, P, you can get E, S, J, T. So any of these combinations in your workspace, in in your family, in your day-to-day life, you're gonna come across different kinds of people, and most likely you're not gonna work with them, or you are gonna work with them due to their personality type. And the only way you can find this out, well, some of the times you won't know anyway. If you talk to them enough, you'll know what personality type they are. But like, my point is this: you will understand how to work better with them if you realize that actually maybe I need to speak to them in a different way because they're a thinker, they're not a feeler like me. Or maybe he doesn't want to speak too much, but he's got so many ideas because he's an introvert and he's smart. Maybe I need to get him to speak a little bit more. How am I going to do that? I'm going to bring him into the conversation. I do that a lot with, I love my introverts. But yeah. This is a toolkit. I'll tell you this. This is a toolkit because if you understand this the way that you should understand it, and to be honest, I don't know why schools don't teach this thing. This is probably the best thing that I've ever learned in my life. And I've learned a lot of things. It's just helped me so much. It's helped me because I've understood myself. Relationships, you can use this in your job. You can use this in business when you're marketing, because you understand. And here's a fun fact if you're watching till the end. These two, they're not equally proportioned in the world. So this, in the world right now, there are 3 times more S's than N's, believe it or not. And I'm an N, so I can use that fact and I can learn about S's more. I can be like, how can I appeal to these people more? Because I market around the whole world. I know, people are watching this channel and following me all around the world, and they know that I know now that 3 times as much as people that are N's like me or S's, which means that maybe I need to change my messaging. Maybe I need to understand why they are S's. Why do they look at the world in terms of facts and figures? Why do they think intuitively like I do? And that's an interesting concept to grasp. So if you're watching this, I do appreciate your support. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll be giving you more tips like this in another video. Thanks for watching. Speak soon.